A woman who couldn't make it in the big city returned to her hometown. Homeless and feeling lost, she desperately needed a place to stay. Her eyes landed on a house nearby. The yard was overrun with weeds, and the original doors and windows were long gone. Even though the exterior still looked pretty new, it seemed completely abandoned. Inside, the walls were streaked and worn, covered with lots of childish hand-painted drawings. The house was empty, looking like no one had lived there for years. Eager to find a place to stay, she didn't hesitate. She decided to move in first. She guessed that the previous owner had moved to the city and left this place behind. After carefully checking her surroundings to make sure it was safe, she went out and bought cleaning supplies, ready to tackle the mess. The interior was filthy. With no doors or windows, dirt and debris had blown in, and spiderwebs covered the walls. Thankfully, there was no furniture, so cleaning went quickly. She needed to get the place ready fast, so if any neighbors saw her, they'd assume she owned it. The house had been built well, with tiled floors that reflected light beautifully once the dirt was cleared. She couldn't understand why anyone would just leave it behind. Being frugal by nature and knowing how hard it is to make money, she always found ways to save. Once the floors were clean, she turned her attention to the overgrown weeds outside. Even if they didn't block anything, the remote location could hide snakes or other risks, so clearing them was necessary. She worked hard and paid close attention to detail, already treating this house like her new home. She had a clear plan. The original owners probably wouldn't return anytime soon, so she would settle in, slowly work on making money, and if they did come back, she could consider buying it properly. She knew there's always more than one way to solve a problem, and sometimes you can't be too honest in today's world, or you'll get taken advantage of. The yard was wide open with no cover, so once she fully moved in, she planned to build a fence for safety and to mark her territory. The walls inside were covered in dirty children's drawings, so she bought matching paint to completely repaint them, making the place much more comfortable to live in. Judging by the decor, it seemed the previous residents were a family with kids who likely moved to the city for school, leaving the house abandoned. If she didn't take it, in a few years, it would just become overgrown and wasted. After painting the walls with copper-colored paint, the house looked much cleaner. The interior space was decent, plenty of room for her alone, but all the doors and windows were gone and would need to be replaced. If you like this video, please like and follow.